Hi, thank you for joining us here at Servant Crafts. We're glad to have you. My name is Carla, and today we're going to talk about how to get prepared to do one of the felt kit projects that are offered through Bucilla Crafts. They are not a sponsor, but that is the company that I only buy from because I have found that their kits are very complete. I've never run out of anything that I needed, and they are really good instructions for the most part. I have found a couple of things that I would have changed. So without further ado, please join us for a breakdown of how to get started with a Bucilla craft kit. Today we're going to start a new felt project. And this is a felt stocking from Bucilla. It's called Santa's Sleigh. And I thought it might be helpful because I know that starting a project is always fun and exciting, but sometimes getting to the end can be difficult. And sometimes the challenges with that can come from being organized. So I thought I would show you how I try to make my stockings a simple project, as simple as possible. This is the box I use. I'll try to find links to things that are either the same or similar. Of course, I got a lot of this a long time ago. This helps me to keep my project all together. Everything I need will be in this box. And this box easily sits anywhere. I usually keep it right beside where I sit in the couch. So it opens this way. As you can see, what I have in here is a pin cushion. And I've organized my pin cushion in a specific way. Each pattern or each kit is going to give you a bead needle and an embroidery needle. The bead needles are the only needles that you can use with sequins and beads because the head is so small. The embroidery needles, the bead will not go through. So I keep them separated by my row of pins here. And you will need 10 or 12 pins just to secure things when you need to. This is a recent addition for me. This is a magnifying glass, and it has a light on it, as you can see here. Occasionally I get in a situation where I can't tell exactly what is indicated in the pattern, and this helps. Or if I get a knot and I need help to get that out. It goes around your neck. I'm not convinced that that's something that I'm going to have as something I use all the time. You will need a little wad of stuffing, acrylic stuffing. You don't need a whole lot. Unfortunately, you can only buy it by a large bag. So I just pull a little bit out and keep that in my box. I have 2 pens. You really only need one, as long as you have one that has a kind of a, the collar pocket thing on it. You use that when you're winding up thread to make an ornament. So one of them has to be like that. I have a small, very pointed pair of scissors. They should be very sharp. Mine, unfortunately, right now need to be sharpened, but because of COVID and not going out, I have not been able to get out to get them sharpened. I will try to look up what the name of these are. These, again, are old. They were given to me by my mother, and I can't even read what it says on the case there. Very important. In all my projects, I have a pair of readers. Readers are cheap. We seem to buy them here at this house a dime a dozen. And so I put a different pair with each of my projects so that I always know I have some. And then probably the most important or the easiest thing that I've discovered, one of the greatest challenges is the sequins and the beads in these projects. And I've tried many different containers. The challenge with many containers, like when I buy a container that's got multiple little sections in it, is that if that container should get dumped, and trust me, these get tipped over a lot, they mix up again. And so every time it seemed like I opened the container, I had to separate out all of my sequins and beads again. So I found these at Michael's. They screw open and closed. They are very nice because I use them and I set them down into the base, which gives them a little sturdier, flatter when I'm using them, and I've got them open, less likely to spill. And you don't want to spill beads. Sequins can be picked up, but beads are difficult. So I had a project where I was just using white and the clear beads, so those got the large containers, and then I have the smaller, same thing. As you can see, I've got the sequins all separated into the containers that they're going to need to go into. I have some black beads that obviously I'm not going to need this time, and so I will probably put those in a little baggie and then put those blue sequins in there. And then I get to the yarn sorter, or the floss sorter. This is what I do. I take a minute. It doesn't take too long. The floss comes all kind of in just one knot all together. And it just takes a few minutes to sort that out, loop it onto one of the holes here, and that allows me to just pick this up, get the floss I need. I'm not trying to sort through this mess or turning this into a knot, which is no fun at all. I do have a couple of pipe cleaners. I will link the kind of pipe cleaners that I use. They are not the chenille craft sticks. I have found that those are have kind of long hairs. And what you're doing with this is inserting it inside of something very narrow. I had a stocking I made that had many paint brushes, and each one of these you cut a little bit and went down inside the handle of the paintbrush and allowed it to be set in the little bowl that it was set into. So I find that these are sturdier and narrower for the project, so they're good. I will link that for you. And then it's just a matter of, for me, taking a moment, and again, I've done so many of these, it's not funny. So, but I always take a look at the instructions, and that's part of what I use my pen for. As I go through and I do each section, I mark it off. I just put a slash through it, so I can pick this up any day or time. I can know exactly where I'm at. And that also makes picking up and setting it down so much easier. I find that a craft that I can have setting there and able to just pick up, do a little bit, and then set it back down and be able to find where I was is so helpful, because I will do a craft like that. A craft that it requires a large setup and is time consuming just to get it started or to find out where you were. That's not one I'm going to pick up very often. It's one that's going to get stalled. And then the most important is that the crafts that I do, I always try to, I have Mother Teresa here, I always try to remember that I do them prayerfully. Crafting to me is important. It's a great way for me to use the God-given talents that I've been blessed with, but it's also a way for me to bless others. And by making something with an attitude of prayer, I'm not saying that I'm praying 100% of the time, but in a prayerful attitude, means that the gift comes with a little something extra. So I think that's it. I hope you are able to find, like I said, I will try to find the links to a lot of these things, and that you are able to organize your projects in a way that you can easily pick them up and put them down, so that you don't have to plan to spend hours working on something, but you can spend just a few minutes and come back to it later, very simply. Thank you for watching our How to Get Started with Felt Kits video. We appreciate your support, so please like and subscribe. And if there's anything you need to purchase, please use the links found in the comments below. They will take you right to whatever item you need, and that also helps to support us. We thank you again. Have a wonderful day, and God bless you.